Righto guys, so there you go. These are them all laid out. You've seen how accurate they are, see how quick they are. Look, have a look at the article, it will detail it all down bit by bit. In a nice little table probably, once it's done. Haven't done that yet, I'll do that now. Look, long story short, there were some really good ones, there's some really poor ones. Insofar as the non-valve removing ones, Bushranger has it hands down. This Dr. Air one is an absolute piece of junk. Despite my earlier thoughts on they may have come from the same place, they haven't. They're very different designs, very different way they're put together. Insofar as the digital ones are concerned, the TJM one has it. It is a really nice bit of kit. Bear in mind, all these other ones have been on the market for a while. They've had a few tweaks here and there. The TJM one is brand spanking new. Had to push doing this review back a couple of days just so I get my hands on one. Look, insofar as the analog ones are concerned, as you would expect, the Kings one, it works, it's cheap, both in price and in quality of how it's made. Look, I just don't like it. You know, the tube is very flimsy. Who knows how long that will last before it cracks. The fact it's got springs on it rather than it's actually clamped. I don't like it. If you're absolutely on a budget and you just want something that will do the job, you know, it is what it is. The other ones, funnily enough, you know, the Ridge Rider, the XTM, the Road Safe, even the Outdoors 80 are all pretty much in the same bucket, I think. Looking at their build, their design, each of the business ends of them are exactly the same. So the brass is the same color, and to look at them side by side, you would question as to whether these have all come out of the same factory. Now, they all look absolutely identical. The funny part about it, the more expensive ones, so your ARB and your Ironman, look very similar. Your cheaper ones, at the other end of the scale, all look very similar too. So I think there's, funnily enough, in China, because all these come from China, as far as I'm aware, I don't think there's one that's Australian made, but I will double check that. All of these, I'm going to say, come from one or two factories. And chances are the business end costs per business end, and you know, you'll use slightly better brass on one and slightly worse brass, cheaper brass on the other. So I think that's where we're seeing the difference in colors and the price point once they get out to the market for us. So if I was to pick one overall, it would be, I don't know. I think those two, the TGM and the ARB, are absolutely on point. They're good, they're quality, they feel really good, they're smooth. All of the machine work is all very tight, so the tolerances are right up there. And that's basically it. Look, the 80s outdoor one, which is here, as a random contender and a new one to the market, as basically our wild card, it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Price point, I think it's about 40 bucks. Was pretty good. So not a bad bit of kit. Interestingly enough, even if you look at the outer housings of these, that's a nice little casting dag. Yeah, the outer housings, despite the color, are all the same. So it sort of makes you wonder, well, if they're all the same, is it just a matter of a different badge? Look, I think with our testing, we'll see a lot of that with the numbers. But yeah, in my humble opinion, if I was going to buy one and I wanted it to last, to be accurate, and to be just generally a good bit of kit, it'd be the TJM or the ARB. Like I said before, I've got one of these that lives in my cruiser. This one will probably end up living in here, or the TJM, I'll mix and match. Other than that, guys, something worth noting as well, only the TJM came with a valve tool and 4 spare valves, because if you happen to undo it the wrong way and a valve goes that way into the bush, you're never going to find it. So that comes with 4 extra valves. The 80s outdoors comes with a valve tool and 4 caps, not valves. So that's always helpful, because you're always losing valve caps. Not always losing valves, but if you do, you haven't got to pull the spare one out of your spare. So anyway, guys, let us know what you think. But that's the testing, and that's what we've come back with. We've done it as scientifically as possible. The opinion piece is only my thoughts at the end here. Everything else is scientific to help you guys make up your minds, so you buy the best one for you. Anyway guys, cheers, till next time.